Hey guys, Alex here doing my King of Trios 2011 review. I got the DVDs here, which, by the way, I think these are probably some of the coolest looking DVDs ever. I got these at my Chicago show. I went to the Synergy shows back in end of April, and finally got done watching them. It took me forever to do it just because I've been putting them off for so long. But so I apologize for some like the early, like the night 1 and night 2. I don't remember a lot about them because I watched them like almost a week ago, I think, so I probably forgot a little bit about them, but I'll try to work as best I can. Okay, night 1, and this is going to be a long video, I'm going to warn you right now. Night 1, first match was, all of them are opening round matches. 3.0 Lay versus the Osirian Portal. This was a lot of funny stuff to start. Like, I think they did a dance-off, and like they were really playing to the crowd a lot, and it was, you know, classic Chikara match. Wrestling really picked up at the end. Had a nice false finish for 3.0, like almost getting the win. And ending was really cool, really good, and like really nice back and forth. So I give it 3.5. I'm probably not going to say the ratings right now just because it'll be here forever. Second match, F.I.S.T versus Team Australia. Wasn't really impressed with Team Australia, especially Kabel. He's just a big guy, and like wasn't really impressed with him. The crowd was behind, but really behind him, just because they didn't like F.I.S.T because, you know, everyone hates Icarus and everyone. Australian guys also look kind of awkward and look kind of green. A few comedy stuff here and there, like especially like when Kabel was in the ring, like when he went back and forth with Icarus and stuff. It was pretty funny, but nothing really spectacular here. You know, basic opening round match. Then we had the BDK versus the Soul Touchers. Basic trios match here. Ending worked because, you know, Touchaz interfered, and, you know, just kind of selling the idea that the BDK cheats to win. Blah blah blah. We had a pretty nice story to it, especially because like the Soul Touchers and the BDK were feuding at the time because the BDK took out their manager. So nothing special though, but it was alright. Next was Amazing Red and the Maximos versus Quackenbush, Jigsaw, and Miami Toyota. Sorry, geez. Really good match here. Really fast paced to start. Last like 7 minutes were really great. Like really good back and forth stuff, and I really like the tribute to like the Quackenbush and Jigsaw using Larry Sweeney moves, because this was right after Larry Sweeney committed suicide, which was very tragic. So like bravo to Chikara for putting on these shows and doing a very good job. And so like that was a really nice touch to show respect to Larry Sweeney, and like it really touched Mike and Jigsaw, you could tell. So that was a pretty good match. So probably the best match on this night. Then we had the Spectral Envoy versus Team Dragon Gate. This was another really good match. A lot of great stuff. Crowd loved both teams. And plus, seeing Tozawa here, this was like during his big American push, so he was really popular with the crowd during this whole weekend, actually. Nice back and forth, though. You know, I don't remember much about this match, but I remember it was pretty good. I really like Frightener and Hollow Wicked working here, though. I like those two guys a lot. Next we had Matt Classic and the Throwbacks versus Team Osaka Pro. This was a really funny match too. Like, had a lot of comedy to begin with, especially with Matt Classic. Colt Cabana any match just makes it instantly that much funnier. A lot of good stuff. Wrestling was good too. Finish was kind of flat, but you know, because like it's basically like Matt Classic went up to the top rope, like jumped, like I think it was on the bottom rope, whatever. Like jumped off, missed, and like got rolled up, and like. I didn't like that a lot just because it was like, oh, just kind of out of nowhere. But I guess it worked because Matt Classic's supposed to be a very traditional wrestler, and, you know, he doesn't go to the top, you know, and everything. So, okay, I'll settle for it. Then we had the Colony versus the Patiri. Good trios match, nice back and forth, few good spots, nothing special, but, you know, pretty good for both teams. I'm not a huge fan of the Patiri, but they're growing on me a little bit now, but I'm still not a huge behind them, though. Then we had Team Minnesota versus Team Michinoku Pro. Crowd really popped for 1-2-3 Kid and Jinzi Shinzaki, just because of their history back in WWE back in 1995, which they were chanting in the arena. So that was kind of cool. Really good back and forth. Everyone worked really well together. They did Darren Corbin does this whole slow motion thing. That was really funny, and I thought that I just always got a kick out of that. A few good high spots and everything. Finish was nice too. Also, I like Sasuke doing the senton into the chair, which he missed the first 2 nights. Actually, and I'll get into that later on. But yeah, really good match though. All in all, give night 1 7.5 I think. Yes. Yeah, 7.5. I'll give us that. Okay, night 2. Started out with Archibald Peck and his open challenge. Really funny stuff here. Like, Archibald Peck was great. This was, I think, was his second match, and he took on Cole Cabana, and so like these two guys worked really well together. Wrestling wasn't bad. I didn't like one thing that really bothered me was Archibald Peck kept going up to the top for his finisher, which is the dive-in headbutt, and like he went for like 4 times and kept missing it, which I didn't really like. But I guess it worked because, you know, oh, he wants to hit his finisher, he wants to win with his finisher, so I guess I can stand it. And it went a little too long. It was like 9 minutes. It's a little too long for a comedy match, but it was all right. Then we had F.I.S.T versus Team Osaka Pro. This was the match of the night. It was really, really good. These two teams were great together. A lot of good double team stuff. Really hard hitting too. Like these two guys hit really hard. Love the finish too, because like F.I.S.T just basically stole a win. You know, very sneakily playing off. You know, basically getting some more heat going into the next night and everything. So I like that a lot. You know, especially considering like they're the big bad heels and like no one really likes them. So I like that a lot. Then we had a Raid the Voladores first round match between Zack Snyder, El Generico, Pinky Sanchez, and Marche Rocket. Fun match. I was actually very impressed with Zack Sabre. He was really cool. Liked the story with the BDK ref. I thought that added a lot of, you know, made the match a little bit more interesting. Especially during like the last minute, like where El Generico was taking on Pinky Sanchez. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm kind of glad they kind of ended that though. You know, near the end, like it didn't like drag out too long. So. Good match though. And then we had another quarterfinals match for the King of Trios, Osirian Portal versus Dragon Gate USA. This was pretty good too. Slow start, but it picked up a lot at the end. Good near falls. Went way too long. I think like over 20 minutes, which, you know, really way too long, especially for like a quarterfinal match. I understand that like these are two very popular teams and everything, but I just, you know, went way too long in my opinion. And crowd really wasn't into it as much as they should have been, in my opinion. Like they were kind of dead for a lot of the spots and a lot of the near falls. But then we had Eric Cannon versus Eddie Kingston. Pretty short match, but it was a nice brawl. I liked Eric Cannon hitting the total anarchy on the floor, and Kingston kind of selling the injury throughout the match. Seemed like they kind of like went home like right away. Like they went out the outside. Did the spot inside and like started going like to the go home finish like right after that. Should have got a lot more time, I think. Well, I guess I understand why they didn't give him more time, but still, you know, I think with these two guys, I think, you know, you could have done more, but it was all right. Another King of Trios quarterfinal match with the County taking on the BDK. A lot of fun stuff here. Story was nice, and played off like how the BDK screwed the County last year, because in the finals it was the BDK versus the County with Tertius, Ares, and Claudio. This was the team of Tim Donst, Delirious, and Jakob Hammermier. So that was kind of cool that they put up the history. This match also had Green Ant slamming Tertius, which crowd went nuts for. Like they went bonkers for that, and like even the commentators were freaking out. And it was pretty cool to see it. And it worked really nice with each other. I really enjoyed this match. I give it 3 1/4. Then we had another Raid de Voladores first round match, 1-2-3 Kid, Frightmare, Oberion, and Amazing Red. Good back and forth action. 1-2-3 Kid, Sean Waltman looked great. Had a lot. He had a lot of fun. Like he was kind of joking around a little bit, you know, kind of playing off the family friendly thing of Chikara a little bit. Like he'd, you know, be going for the DX chop, and like I think it was I don't know who the ref was. I think it might have been Bryce that stopped him, and that was pretty funny. Red and Frightmare worked really well together. I like those two guys. I wouldn't mind seeing a match between those two in the future if they've had a match already. I'm not sure. Finish was cool with the top rope X Factor. I thought that was really nice, and a good match though. I don't think it was as good as the opening round, the first round match. Then we had the main event, which was Mike Quackenbush, Jigsaw, Miami Toyota versus Team Michinoku Pro. Really good pacing here. Nice back and forth. You know, crowd was really going nuts just because like how many legends were in this ring, especially like Japanese legends, because like Dick Togo, Great Sasuke, Toyota, Jinsaki, you know, a lot of big names in Japan, so that was kind of cool. Nice near falls and everything. Wasn't a huge fan of the finish just because like they had like everyone like in a submission hold, and then they got the pinfall. I just thought it was a little too busy. It was a little too hard to tell what was going on, especially if they were live. But on DVD it came off alright, but still, I thought it was just a little too busy for me. I'll give night 2 8.25. I'll give it that. Okay, then we have night 3, which was by far the best night, obviously. Usually always is. Anyway, so first match was the Colony versus Osirian Portal. Really nice technical wrestling with everyone kind of going back and forth at the start. Turned into fast-paced tag team action. A lot of awesome stuff. Good false finishes. The back and forth between Huracan and Soldier was really cool at the end. Huracan actually pretty impressive. He was a little green because like it looked like he just kept moving a little too fast, you know. And kind of a shame that his career kind of like never took off as big as it could have. But good match though. Nice way to open the show. And then we had F.I.S.T versus Team Michinoku Pro. This was a good match. F.I.S.T was really working the crowd. Like they were just really getting the crowd underneath their skin. Kind of just joking around a little bit. And it was pretty funny actually. Nice back and forth. Sasuke hit that the senton into the chair this night, which was really cool. Crowd popped for it, especially because it was on Icarus. And he had one other one where he went off the top rope and did a diving senton into F.I.S.T. F.I.S.T stealing the win again was a nice way to build heat. I really like that. You know, mixing the definite heels going into the main event. Felt a little too long for me though, just personally. But pretty good match. Then we had Jigsaw versus Ultimate Spider Jr. Nice little back and forth, few good high spots, nothing special, and pretty short. You know, kind of like the Eric Cannon match, Eric Cannon and Eddie Kingston match from night 2. Just too short to like really get going. Then we had the tag team gauntlet match, and this is going to be kind of difficult for me to go through. But start out with the Soul Touchers versus Eric Cannon and Darren Colburn. This is some fun match here. The slow motion pounce that Willie Richardson hit on Darren Corbin was hilarious. Like I really thought that was funny. Although I wasn't a fan of the finish. Like they're still doing like the whole slow motion thing. Eric Cannon just goes in like whatever and just rolls up Willie and gets the win. I didn't like that. I thought it was just kind of like okay, but I'll take it because like it's a gauntlet match. Second match, second part was the Batiri now. A lot of good stuff. Cannon probably like really shined here. I didn't like Corbin's offense or like him in the ring that much, but Cannon was really good. Third match was the Batiri taking on the Throwbacks. Short match with a DQ finish. Like they basically like Throwbacks were getting the advantage, and one of the Batiri guys blowed Sugar Dunkerton, I think, and like beat him up afterwards, which allowed the next team, Daisy Hayes and Sarah Del Rey, to get the quick victory. And I like Daisy Hayes doing the butterfly slip, just showing how ridiculously strong she is. And then we had the team of Matt Classic and Darkness Crabtree come out next. Crowd popped huge for Crabtree, which is kind of funny because it's actually I'm not going to spoil who it is. You'll probably know if you're a fan of Chikara. This is mainly just comedy. It was pretty funny though. I actually laughed pretty hard. Next was Daisy Hayes and Sarah Del Rey taking on Brody Lee and Grizzly River. This is probably the best back and forth they had, like both teams going back and forth. This was really good actually. Really like Brody Lee working with the Sarah and Dace, just because like it's kind of funny like seeing how he just outpowers them all, and had a few nice false finishes and stuff. So really good match. Then we had or part of a match, I guess. Then we had the next one, which was Team Osaka Pro. That pretty quick match. Osaka Pro, I really like the tag team. They're really good. I would like to see more of them actually. Then we had Osaka Pro versus 3.0. Pretty short as well. Good fast pace. Two teams worked well together. Wouldn't mind seeing them have another match together. Longer match anyway. Then we had the final team, which is Team Dragon Gate taking on Team Osaka Pro. They got a lot of time. Really good back and forth. Two teams worked really well together. Kind of a bot finish. Like he counted to 2, and like he looked like he kicked out, but the ref got 3, so that was the end. Didn't really like that. They should have just kept going, I think, but whatever. Really good though. Kind of hard to rate just because of how many different matches there were, but I think it was really entertaining for the whole thing. Then we had Miami Toyota taking on Madison Eagle. This was probably one of the best matches I've seen in a long time. Nice technical wrestling to start with, and then it turned into like fast-paced, hard-hitting, really good. I like that they put over Eagle, like how tough she is. Like she kept kicking out of Toyota's like signature moves and everything, putting over like showing how tough she was. And like I think Eagles is a really good wrestler too. I'd like to see more of her stuff. I know she's in Shimmer, so I'm gonna have to check out some of her matches there. But good match here between the two, between like a veteran and a newcomer. And then we had another newcomer versus veteran, Eddie Kingston versus Akira Tozawa. This was great. Like it's just what you expected though. These guys were hard hitting as hell. Akira Tozawa, I love the way he works a crowd. Like he just really he really let it go to his head a little bit. Like he's he's like kind of crouching, he's like what, like trying to act like he doesn't hear him. And it was really good. Two guys worked really well together. I would love to see a rematch between these two guys, especially now that Akira Tozawa got even better. I like they kind of like took some of each other's moves. Like I think Eddie used the arm captured German suplex on Tozawa. So nice little back and forth they had. Really good match though, but I would like to have gone a little longer. Then we had the Raid of Lavordors finals between El Generico and the 1-2-3 Kid. This match was incredible. I was really surprised at how good the 1-2-3 Kid was. His first night 2 was really good, night 1 was pretty good, but this was just a whole other level. Like he took a lot of bump, really was willing to take some risky spots. Like one, he got like crouched on the ring post, which was painful. Took a Yakuza kick right to the face, like into the guardrail, which was really cool. Really, these two guys worked really well together. It's a shame that we're not going to see him wrestle again because Sean Waltman retired after this match. But two guys were great together. The last 5-7 minutes were insane. Crowd was going nuts for this match. Definitely one of the best matches I've seen Sean Waltman in a long time. I can't even remember the last time I've seen him in a match this good. And definitely one of Generico's better matches in a long time too. Probably not as good as some of his matches he had with Steam, but still damn good. Then we had the finals of the King of Trios match with the Colony taking on F.I.S.T. This was an awesome matchup. I love the story between these two teams. Really playing up the history. They tried to copy a few spots from their Anniversary Yang match. If you guys have seen that one, like they tried to do the Awful Waffle through the table again to Soldier Amp, which I kind of like. They kind of played up that match again. Worked over Green Ant's arm really well. And Green Ant sold the entire time. False finishes were awesome. Crowd really bought into them, especially one where Fire Ant kicked out the Awful Waffle. That was really great. And then another one where Icarus hit a pedigree on Green Ant and he kicked out. Crowd popped for that one too. And I liked how F.I.S.T kept trying to cheat to win and just couldn't keep them down. That was really cool, just showing how tough the two teams are. Same thing with F.I.S.T. They kicked out a lot of near falls. And the last spot was really it was frightening to see Green Ant do that, but really impressive too, and really awesome spot. And probably never gonna see that again, but definitely worth checking out. All in all, I'll give it a 9.25 out of 10. All in all, the weekend, obviously you should get King of Trios. This is definitely the best one. Everyone told me before going in, oh, you're gonna love this show. It's awesome. It's great. And yeah, I definitely did my expectations. The only bad thing for me though was I know who won the matches beforehand, so that kind of sucks. But I don't think it hurts the effect of watching the shows because it's definitely entertaining still. But definitely worth checking out. All right, that's it for me. Take care. Bye.